Hi, welcome to Blue Cat Books.
Hi, I'm
To catch you up on what's just happened, a young woman named Lucy Hatton has driven all the way to our cozy little town from Pennsylvania. Meanwhile, Vincent Hughes, the charming Scottish owner of the coffee shop next door, has just learned that Lucy Hatton is in fact his long-lost daughter from another woman, who is not his wife. What will happen now that they've both re-entered each other's lives after 30 years? More importantly, how can I help you?
I'll come back later.
Welcome to The Shelf Life, a sitcom about a small-town bookstore, the man who runs it, and the people who just won't leave him alone. The Shelf Life was filmed before a fake studio audience. So she's really your daughter, huh?
Her mother is a woman I knew back when I was a lad. It was the summer before university and we'd been seeing each other for a few weeks. We'd gone to a party, had a few too many, and went back to her place while her parents were out of town.
And you forgot to brown bag your lunch.
I was so minced I forgot what her name was. Ended up calling her the name of someone from a poster in her room.
Who was that?
David Bowie.
Welcome to Blue Cat Oh, no. The Renaissance Fair isn't until next July, and it's 3 towns over.
Good morrow, my liege.
Oh, God.
My name is Sir Gerald of the Shire of Fiddler, and this is my band of outlaws. We are LARPers.
I'm so sorry. Is it terminal?
What? No, 'tis not a disease. We dress up as medieval fantasy characters we have created, and venture into the forest to do battle.
So it is terminal.
Okay, I'm off to explain my strange daughter to the rest of the family. Good luck with... I'll see you around.
Don't leave me with...
Cheers!
We have come to wait until midnight when the next installment in the Percival Baker Boy Sorcerer series will be released.
And what store is open at midnight on a Tuesday?
Yours, my dear bookshop keeper. The publisher doth announced the announcement on the Worldwide Raven.
Okay, I don't know where to start here. Just know that I have enough disappointment in me to cover all of your parents.
Is thou's fine establishment not participating in tonight's festivities?
It's not... Jesus, now you've got me doing it.
Hey, Mr. Charles. My mom said I should come by and thank you for the book. Oh, who are all these people?
Greetings, fair maiden. I am Sir
Sarah, this is Jerry the Elf, and he's here for a book coming out tonight.
Oh, the new Percival Baker? Your store is listed on the website, Mr. Charles. I thought you'd be having a release party like all the other bookstores. I was going to cover it on my BookTube channel.
Your what?
BookTube. You know the videos I make about the books I read. I always send my followers here to buy what I recommend.
So you're responsible for this.
Sir Edwin.
Don't call me that.
Sir, your store is the only one around for miles, and we have no car. If you're not open at midnight, we'll have to wait until tomorrow.
And,
well, we've been waiting 2 years. We have friends who will be done with it by morning, and we don't want to get left behind.
Jerry, you and the other elves wait outside while I do something you've never done before.
What are you going to do?
Talk to a girl.
Right. Milady?
It wouldn't hurt you to be nicer to them.
It hurts me to be nice to anyone. Sarah, you're down with the kids these days, right?
I was born in 2003. I'm too young to be down with anything.
The Dragon Slayer called you Milady, so nothing's off the table anymore. What do you think I should do?
You mean should you stay open till midnight?
No, should I call the cops and report them for loitering, or turn the hose on them?
Mr. Charles, I once camped outside of a store overnight for a new smartphone. It was cold and it rained, but I was third in line, and when those doors opened at 8 a.m. the next day, I got exactly what I wanted before any of my friends.
Did it make you happier?
Yeah, for a few days. Then things went back to normal. It wasn't life-changing or anything.
Then it wasn't really worth it.
Except that it was. I'm smart enough to know that after high school, I'm going to be responsible for almost everything in my life. I'm going to have to take out student loans for college. Then I'll have to get a job. I'll have loan payments and health insurance and a cell phone bill. It's gonna suck. But in between all the suck, I'll get these little moments of happiness just for myself.
But it's not fair for them to depend on me for their happiness. We're responsible for our own, and staying up past midnight to hawk doorstops about a boy wizard,
Sorcerer.
sorcerer, is the polar opposite of happiness.
Mr. Charles, have you ever wanted something so bad you'd camp out in the cold and the rain overnight just to get it?
Yes,
Did you think it would make you happy? Even just for a little bit?
I see where you're going with this, and I refuse to answer.
Those kids are my age. I've seen them around school. They're not popular.
Are you telling me an entire demographic fueled by hormones and misguided independence doesn't think dressing up in a suit of armor and whacking each other with sticks in the woods is cool?
That Gerald guy has seen the nurse's office more than any of his classes. He calls her by her first name. They send each other Christmas cards.
Edwin, those strange woodland children outside tell me you're staying open late tonight for some book release. I think I might do the same. You won't see any big coffee franchise catering to the community like that.
What community? It's only 3 hobbits outside.
No, they've grown in ranks. They're amassing quite the army.
Huh? Holy hand grenade, where did they all come from?
You didn't know? The only other bookstore for miles closed last week.
I've never kept up with the competition, Sarah. I opened a bookstore at the dawn of the e-book. I have the business acumen of a tortoise.
And the wardrobe to match.
Don't you have an estranged daughter to reconcile with?
Oh, a snapping turtle. And yes, we're going to get lunch at Mavis's down the block. Sharon's coming. I could use the backup if you're available. She's been less than pleasant since Lucy's entered the picture. Shall I tell Mavis you're joining us?
You shall not. I have no one else to watch the store.
Ah, you should hire someone to help out around here. The place could use a good dusting. The owner too.
And how am I supposed to pay such a person? In free copies of Sherman Melvin, Child Laborer?
It's Percival.
I know what it is. Vincent, I'm barely making rent.
I'm sure you'll think of something. I'll give Mavis your regards.
And tell her to ease up on the salad dressing. She's not painting a house. Each lettuce leaf should get the barest kiss of ranch.
You have very strong opinions on salad.
Mavis doesn't make salads. She floods a vegetable garden and charges $9 for whatever floats to the top.
Okay, I gotta meet up with some friends. But I'll stop by later. Hope you're still here when I do.
Well, you've given me some things to think about. I'll say that at least.
Thanks again for the book, Mr. Charles. I'll start it right after I finish the ones for school.
Nerds, inside. I'm setting some ground rules. First, you don't block the door. Make sure people on the sidewalk can get by. Second, Mr. Hughes next door has decided to keep his coffee shop open for you and your fellow warriors. I expect everyone to make it worth his while.
Do you hear that dripping sound?
Eyes forward, Aragorn. Finally, I know this is a small town and nothing bad ever happens, blah, blah, blah. But anyone who doesn't have a car needs to call someone who does when you leave. A lot of nuttos come out at night. Mr. Hughes is doing it, for God's sake. Capiche? That means, do you understand? Geez, watch a movie made before your birthday for once.
We understand perfectly, Sir Sorry, Mr. Charles.
No, it's fine. It's probably as close as I'll ever get to being a real knight anyway. Might as well take this small joy for myself while it lasts.
Mr. Hughes is wrong about you. You're not a curmudgeonly old arsehole.
Thanks.
Or a miserable wretch who sees happy people as, quote, piss-baby unicorn huggers.
Okay,
He even called you a...
I will lock you inside the store and set it on fire.
We'll wait outside.
Good idea. Blue Cat Books, how can I help you? We're open till... We'll be here all night. Yes, for the book release. You might want to get in line now. People are planning on camping outside the store until then. Got a pretty good crowd so far. Great. See you then. Hello, Mrs. Larson. This is Edwin Charles at Blue Cat Books. Would you mind asking Sarah to come by the store? I'd like her help in setting up for tonight. Tell her there's a free copy of... God, I can't believe I have to say this out loud. Percival Baker, Boy Sorcerer. Yeah, thank you. What is that dripping sound? Thanks for listening to The Shelf Life. Written, produced, and directed by Harry Marks. Edwin Charles was played by Harry Marks. The Customer was played by Johnny Gamber. Vincent Hughes was played by Stuart Lennon. Gerald was played by Victor Agreda Jr. And Sarah Larson was played by Melody Weister. For more information about the show, visit shelflifesit.com or follow us on Twitter and Instagram at shelflifesitcom. Be sure to leave us a review on Apple Podcasts, and stay tuned next week for the further misadventures of one Edwin Charles, proprietor of Blue Cat Books, only on The Shelf Life.